Each one of my pot pie tops I cut into 6 little wedges to make more like puff pastry crouton to put on top of our bowls full of our kind of a French spin on a chicken pot pie. We have the apples, the leeks, the onions, and the celery cooking. We made our homemade stock with carrots, celery, onion, garlic, a sliced lemon, a few peppercorns, an herb bundle. It smells amazing in here. That's what I love about making homemade chicken stock. The whole house just smells so cozy and lovely. 375 oven until puffed and golden. Now it's time to add all of the liquids to our chicken pot pie. It's a really elegant dish, and you could certainly entertain with it. We started out with 3-4 tablespoons, a few fat pats of butter. Now we're going to stir in an equal amount of flour, making a little roux or something that will thicken our sauce for us. I'm going to turn the heat up a bit. And then the first addition to the pan is about 1/4 cup or so of the apple brandy, a turn of the pan. Oh, does that smell good? Oh my gosh. Of course, you stir this around, let the alcohol start to evaporate out, and concentrate that delicious apple flavor. You're probably going to be serving a lovely, crisp Italian or French white wine, so why not throw a little of that in there? About 1/2 cup of the white wine. Again, stir to incorporate. As you reduce any spirit or wine, the alcohol burns off and the flavor concentrates as you reduce it. That's why you don't use like grocery store cooking wine. You want something that you would enjoy the flavor of in a glass because you're intensifying that flavor as the product cooks down, of course. We have our homemade stock. We strained it, put it through a fine strainer, separated all the meat from the chicken, and now we're going to add a few ladles at a time until we get what looks like enough gravy to incorporate all of our chicken. This freezes beautifully too. You can make a double batch, serve it, freeze this, and then all you have to do the second time you serve it is defrost the pastry and make the tops. That looks pretty good there. Now we're going to let this thicken up a little bit. When it just begins to coat the back of a spoon, then you're going to add all of your pulled chicken from the one chicken. I like a chicken between 3 and 4 pounds. I find that the meat on a 5-pound, between 4 and 5, a little too tough. You don't get enough meat off of a really small bird between 2 and 3. So I like kind of right in the middle there. We've got our pulled meat, and the last thing we do to this sauce is just add a touch, a splash of heavy cream at the very, very end, right before you serve. I'm also going to put a little bit of nutmeg in here. Nutmeg is terrific with any sauce that contains cream, with anything that you make with dark leafy greens, and of course it's also lovely with apples. So to highlight the apple and to highlight the richness of the cream, a few grates of nutmeg. From our homemade stock, if you have the time, take the time to make it because we have at least 3 or 4 quarts left. You can fill up a couple of ice cube trays with them, and then you have small portions of stock to add to quick cooking dishes when you're cooking for 1 or 2 people. And of course, you've got more than enough stock here to make another beautiful soup or stew for later in the week. So we're going to take our French-style chicken pot pie filling with the leeks and the apple brandy and white wine. Lovely. And of course, the apples themselves and all of that beautiful chunky chicken. And you fill it right up to the top. It's a single crust pot pie, so it's almost guilt-free, really. And then I take the lids and cut them into little puff pastry wedges, so it's much easier to get down into the bowl and eat the whole thing together. Isn't that adorable?